Hello? Anybody there? Well, let's see what happens then. I don't know. I've never done one of these before, so there could be some delay in me speaking to you. I may have already said this, which is quite confusing. And I haven't even got Paul Diano with me talking about time travel. So I'm going to do, oh, I've got some hellos in the message. That's good. Nick Lynch and Dave Wright, hello to you. So yeah, I probably should start this properly, shouldn't I? As it's sort of an official Wayne's Iron Maiden podcast thing. Oh, well, hello, Poi Ryler and Ron Kramer. Oh, great. Maybe we should just have a chat. Maybe forget this whole video thing. But anyway, yeah, hello, I'm Wayne, and this is my Iron Maiden live stream fundraiser, sponsored by Frey Bentos. Look, they do sort of gravy now. They've gone on. They've pies, puddings, and now gravy. They've really branched out, haven't they? So what they're going to do next? So you can sort of microwave it, pour it over your Sunday dinner or your sausages. Hope you can hear me, by the way. But yeah, otherwise you've missed a treat, haven't you? Learning about Frey Bentos gravy. And that's what the podcast's all about, isn't it? Learning things. Oh, hello to Karen. This is exciting. I can see the live chat. But yeah, obviously in a minute I'll be watching a video, won't I? So yeah, back to this. Then it's a bit strange. I don't see it as a podcast. I don't like the idea of podcasts on YouTube. But you know, it exists and people do cool things. Podcasts on YouTube. Maybe it should be called vidcasts. But yeah, I don't like that term either. But this is a live stream fundraiser. You'll see on the screen there's a sort of bar at the bottom where you can donate if you like, and there's also a progress bar at the top. But I'm not expecting to smash any records on this live stream fundraiser because it's a big campaign for Mental Health Awareness Month, and any donations that I would normally get in May are going to a mental health charity, and they're called ARC, Arts for Recovery in the Community, and they do a lot of creative wellbeing programs for a mixture of people. So people can be referred in with serious mental illness, but they do programs for new moms, men, music projects, young people. So it's all about being creative and how it can help your well-being. So that's where the money's going. And yeah, obviously I can relate to that because
Yeah,
do,
like it.
what? I told Trevor to sort of plan this, and so he's put the sound effect. He said he'd do sound effects, but he's obviously done his own voice, hasn't he? He's put that on. Oh, I can't escape him. But anyway, thank you to Nick Lynch, who has donated a new succulent tin pie. That's good. So just me talking about a charity gets money in. Oh, it's like magic, isn't it? Even if I did have to hear Trevor's voice. But yeah, anyway, being creative and its impact on your mental health. I'm not going to go on too long about this because you're here to look at Sooty, aren't you? But yeah, I've obviously that's helped me with things like jigsaws. Very important, and you can see I did have a killer's jigsaw. Um, Even things like colouring in, those sort of activities, not I made an colouring book, and I'm quite proud to share this. I did this really good women in uniform. So yeah, sort of not black and yellow like Derek Riggs. Maybe you'll get some tips from me. But even doing a podcast, of course, is creative. A globally successful podcast about Iron Maiden and growing up in 1980s and 1990s Birmingham. I say global, but of course we've got people here in the chat from, I don't know, America, UK, mate, or yeah. So that's brilliant. So yeah, people from all over the world tuning in, which is why I did it at this time. Right, so that's that done. This live stream fundraiser is, of course, Wayne watching a video with Nicko McBrain, and I tried to be funny with that, thinking that people might think I was actually going to watch it with Nicko McBrain. Yeah, but he's obviously not here, is he? So no, I'm not watching a video with Nicko McBrain. I'm watching a video with Nicko McBrain. So that's the difference. And unfortunately, Ballad of Belf on Twitter actually sort of saw that joke coming and did it himself. So it probably looks like I've copied him. But I was gonna do that joke all along. And I know people expect comedy from this podcast, which can be frustrating. But there's a bit of laughter for you, maybe. Can't see you all chuckling, but I'm sure there'll be some lols in the chat eventually. So yeah, anyway, this is me watching an episode of The Sooty Show, which starred Nicko McBrain. And it was broadcast 10th of March 1988. And I was 10 years old then, which some of you might think, that's a bit old for The Sooty Show. Why was you watching this? And I didn't know that Nicko McBrain would be on that episode. because we didn't have the internet. We didn't even buy the TV Times. Couldn't afford it. Oh, hello to Martin Jones. And yeah, someone's mentioned that Nicko's drum shop is not far from my house. That's Sean, isn't it? I can tell now. Now yeah, Nicko's drum shop. That's in Manchester somewhere. Is it still open? Not sure. I thought it was closing down. Anyway, back to the Sooty Show in 1988, and yeah, there I was, 10-year-old, sat there with beans on toast on my lap, a treat, watching this episode. And yeah, it was a big shock seeing Nicko, one of my idols. And I could go to the school next day and say, "Did you see Nicko McBrain on the Sooty Show?" And people, well, yeah, people were excited. Well, I thought they were. Maybe the same level of excitement as.
Like it?
Oh, there's Trevor again. Oh, thank you to Karen, and I think Dave Wright has also donated as well while I've been talking. So brilliant. Yeah, again, sad that we have Trevor's voice, but maybe a relief we haven't got pterodactyl marks when a pie is donated. Yeah, anyway, yeah, me watching the Sooty Show, that was it. Going in the next day, bit of excitement, but probably the same sort of impact as when I told people about Phantom of the Opera and the Daily Thompson Lucas Aid advert. So that was disappointed. Oh, apparently the drum shop is still open. So these are the treats that people are going to see. Those people who aren't here today are going to hear all this. Maybe they'll still have access to the live chat. I don't know, but they'll be what's he on about? If they sort of come to it later. And I've had apologies from Dan Armstrong, who's on a train to Glasgow, and also Kirsty Prince, who's at a concert. Yeah, so yeah, nice to get some apologies in, making it a bit formal, like a meeting. Maybe I'll have some minutes from this, including these exciting questions in the chat. So yeah, there a bit of backstory then about the Sooty Show. Now, of course, big Iron Maiden fans will be thinking, hang on, March 1988, wasn't that a week before Can I Play With Madness came out as a single? And yes, it was, which is quite good. That's interesting promotion, isn't it, for the new single of the new album? They would have done radio interviews or yeah, magazines, all that sort of thing, maybe Top of the Pops. But yeah, no, this was authorised. Nicko can go on the Sooty Show. I wonder if Steve Harris knew about it, especially after what we know about the Muppets. He didn't like that, did he? He didn't let them go on. Well, he didn't let it be broadcast anyway. And if you're watching this and you don't know what I'm on about, it's on my podcast, on the album review show, the first album, Big Revelation from Paul Di'Anno. So there we are. Okay, well, I have got Sooty with me. I know it's not one of those where I do special things to get money. I'm not going to take my hat off or anything. But there's Sooty, just to make you all aware. He is here, so that's good. So he can also watch with me. And you, I'll say the listener, but you're the viewer today. So there we are. Right, I think that's probably everything. So I'm going to go in now to watch Sooty, and you'll see that big black screen next to me. That's where Sooty's going to appear. So yeah, excitement awaits. So hopefully you can hear it. Feel free to say in the chat if you can't. I will press play now. Right, I'm stopping it. I'm not going to do this a lot because I know you want to enjoy the full theme tune. But I'm just going to point out that this is the classic 1980s Sooty Show. So it's a bit like Iron Maiden. There's a classic era of Sooty as well. In the 90s they sort of changed it a bit, brought in new people. Not sure I was as pleased with that. But yeah, they brought in a character called Scampy, who was Sooty's cousin. He had a school uniform on, and they even changed the name of the show to Sooty and Co. Whereas this is called The Sooty Show, the classic lineup, if you like, just like Iron Maiden. Although people who were there earlier in the black and white telly days, they might have similar views to some Iron Maiden fans, who like Paul Di'Anno more. Maybe they liked Harry Corbett. But we'll come on to hosts and characters in a moment. But yeah, there were definitely some. I mean, you just saw there. Sooty is the bear, Sweep is the grey dog, and Sue is the panda. So they're the main characters. But I was aware of some other characters in the 80s. There was Butch the dog. There was this brown dog with some teeth, and I quite liked him. I think I liked him because he wasn't on very much. And there's also a snake called Ramsbottom, who I thought was Scottish, but he was actually from Yorkshire. I think it was just a northern thing, maybe growing up in the Midlands. I just thought it's from the north. It all merged together. But I'm quite disappointed that here I am discussing minor characters on the Sooty Show. That's what I've become now, I suppose. That's what you wanted, isn't it? Well, I'm just going to check the comments because I know a few things have come in. All right, talking about my mum. She's gone out actually, but someone's put, wonder if that friendly bloke neighbour next door helped your mum with those showers behind. No, my mum, we're quite capable of putting up coax from IKEA. We don't need extra help. Although I think, maybe thinking back though, I think there was a man who helped us carry the boxes from IKEA to the car while I went to the toilet. So I don't know what that was about. Oh my goodness, someone stopped watching Limmy's stream to watch this. Well, I probably can't compete with a comedian. I'm not claiming to be that, of course. So yeah, no pressure there. Oh, and Karen says, hello, Sooty, and where's Trevor and Pterodactyl Mark? Well, yeah, that's a good question. Trevor did help set this up because I'm not very tech savvy, and I'm conscious that Stetchford's internet connection isn't that great either. So yeah, but as we've seen, he's sort of messed things up a bit by putting his voice in the donation message. And yeah, Sean says he's got Sooty LPs. So yeah, perhaps like Iron Maiden, a mixture of Sooty LPs. I think they could get them. That's exciting. Anyway, let's watch more Sooty. This is what you're here for, isn't it? The man with the ginger beard, that then was Matthew Corbett. He's the host here, and he looks quite fresh-faced. Looking back, he was in his late 30s here, where so. But to me, as a boy, he was like an old man. But of course, he's younger than I am now. Yeah, he's quite a nice character. I don't know what the relationship was, what this sort of living relationship, whether he was. I don't think he's related to the puppets, but it might be like a carer, like Jeffrey and Rainbow. But yeah, nice ginger beard. One I've perhaps tried to model myself on, and maybe the father I never had. I'm going to pause that because that's a lovely image, the Sooty Show font with Sooty in the background. I don't know if you noticed then, but Sweet was blowing a dandelion bloom. I mean, this is the magic. How did they do it? They didn't have CGI then, did they? How did they get a puppet to blow a dandelion bloom? I mean, that's pretty impressive, isn't it, for the 80s? I wonder if I thought that at the time. Right, let's start this episode. Oh, you're joking. Dave Wright's going. He's seen enough, but he says he's going to work, so that's fair enough. But yeah, I'm hoping this will be available afterwards. So yeah, hopefully you can catch up and enjoy more about Sooty later.
Ah, look at this. The progress of technology, the personal hi-fi system. Sooty is obviously listening to some peaceful, gentle, sophisticated music.
Right, that's interesting. Now he's used the term personal hi-fi system there, which is quite clearly avoiding saying Walkman, isn't it? Which we all said at that time, even if it wasn't a Sony. And they've cleverly avoided showing us the brand of personal hi-fi system as well. Now, to me, it looks, I can't tell what it is, the image isn't good enough, but it looks like the sort you used to get free when you opened up a junior savings account with the Birmingham, I don't know, whatever, Birmingham Midshires maybe, any building society from that time. Those are the sorts you got then, sort of high coloured. But the headphones he's using, they don't look like the sort you got then. They look quite futuristic for the 80s. I remember those foamy things. But I bet he's not listening to Mozart. I reckon there's going to be a twist and he's listening to Iron Maiden.
Probably classical. Probably Mozart. Sweep, on the other hand, is obviously listening to something which is far from peaceful, gentle, or sophisticated.
Okay, that must be Maiden or Megadeth or Napalm Death, anything. But he's got the ears for it, hasn't he? He can headbang like as if it's hair sweep. So I'd probably imagine him listening to that sort of thing.
I wonder what Sue is listening to.
Personal hi-fi. Just look at those two jiggling up and down.
Now, if you're not from the UK and you've never seen the Sooty Show before, this is Sue, the panda, and you'll notice that she can speak, whereas the other two can't. Sooty is silent. He says nothing, and Sweep uses squeaks or hums to communicate, which makes them more enigmatic and enjoyable, whereas Sue, as we'll find out, is very annoying.
They look like a couple of glove puppets. You won't catch me listening to one of those things.
Glove puppets there, you see what she's done there? That's comedy, that, and that's quite high level, isn't it, for a kids show? Sort of the third wall, isn't it? And that's something perhaps I would do if I was doing a comedy podcast.
No, I will make my own music. Now, let me see. I need to do a few arpeggios and scales first. Now then. La 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 la, la 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 la.
Okay, I'm not happy with that. So I'm going to go back to the comments. I noticed that a few people are avoiding work meetings to join this. That's really nice. That's nice, isn't it? I hope they don't catch you. And in fact, a message from Sean, probably talking about the headphones here. He says a repurposed stethoscope, I reckon. That's what he says. Yeah, maybe it was. Right, let's go back to Sue. Hopefully she won't do any more singing.
Not bad. La 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 la
Now that's serious, isn't it? What she's done there, the high note has shattered the sooty glass, and it's a sad tale, regardless. But I reckon if you had that now, that would be worth about thousands on eBay. That bona fide 80s sooty merchandise, and her singing has ruined everything.
Goodness me, are you all right, Sue? Sue, where are you? Sue, are you okay?
Here, Matthew.
What? I heard you being attacked. Who was attacking you, Sue?
Of course, I'm all right, and no.
Well, there you go. Matthew's concerned. The other boys, they're they're involved in their own music, aren't they? Oblivious to what's happened. They're not bothered. Quite interesting.
One was attacking me.
What? Well, I heard blood-curdling screams, fear, pain, all that.
That was a top A, Matthew.
Was it? Oh, thank goodness for that. I'm highly relieved to hear that, aren't you, boys? Boys? Sooty? Sweet?
Quite hammy, isn't he, Matthew? Again, probably wouldn't have acknowledged that as a boy, but yeah, a bit over the top with the acting. But I suppose you have to be to make up for the puppets.
Look at these two. Jiggling up and down like a pair of...
Glove puppets?
Exactly, Sue.
Oh, look at that, you see. She's repeated the glove puppets joke, which, maybe that's too much. We've heard it already. But, repetition, probably that's another ingredient of comedy, isn't it? Maybe the sort of thing I'd do on my podcast if it was a comedy podcast.
Just a minute. Turn this off. Oi! Let's turn this one off as well. What, Sweet? What is it? You just gone deaf? You can't hear the music? That's because I just turned that rubbish off, you know. You weren't doing anybody any harm? Well, no, I know that. Why was I disturbing you? Well, the reason I was disturbing you, actually, was this. But if you're not interested, I can take it away again.
Interesting parenting skills there. He may not be a parent, but yeah, he's interpreting what Sweep's saying, which is good for us as the viewer. But he's sort of tempting them and then threatening to take it away again, whatever this is in his hand, this paper. So let's find out what it is.
I mean, I could actually. What?
Matthew, don't go. I'm interested.
Oh, so are you? And so are you as well?
What is it, Matthew?
All right, well, I'll tell you. It's actually the local paper, and there's a talent contest on. Just help me with the glasses, Sooty. Let's have a look at this. Come along and join in the fun. Teddington Village Hall. Talent contest tonight. Sing, dance, tell jokes, play a musical instrument, anything. First prize, £5.
Well, that's interesting. Teddington Village Hall sounds like a fake place, doesn't it? Because we're looking at Teddy's. But yeah, Teddington is an area in London near Twickenham, so that's a real place. But £5 is interesting, isn't it? Because back in 1988, £5. Well, how many Mars bars is that? Probably 60. No, hang on, 20p. 25 Mars bars. Whereas today you'd be looking to get 6. So yeah, another example of inflation. And yeah, I'm not going to mention Charlotte the Harlot again after that happened in the actual podcast. Right, here we go. We've got some more comments. Oh yeah, Sue Air Raid Siren Panda. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, break. I wonder if Bruce has ever broken a glass with his singing. That high note in the duelists, maybe. And Karen's having a mental health break during Mental Health Awareness Week. And although she says in it, which is street slang, isn't it? For isn't it? I've probably said isn't it too many times there. And shocking anti-opera jokes from the boys. Yeah, it is. It's not good, is it? Want to educate children. Anti-opera jokes. Well, yeah. Let's see what develops anyway. This Village Hall, this talent show.
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
Matthew,
£5.
Matthew, I can sing something. Listen. La
Sing.
la 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 la. La 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 la.
Sue, you have shattered my glasses with that top note.
Excellent slapstick there. Matthew's glasses cracking. Was he wearing them before? I mean, I suppose it's a prop, isn't it, for effect? But yeah, interesting. Anyway, I'll stop interrupting.
Can't you do something a little less dangerous than singing?
Well, if that's how much you appreciate my talent, I'll sing elsewhere.
Yeah, good idea. Thank you very much. Try Australia. No, don't be rude. Don't be rude. What are you...
They are being a bit rude, and there's sort of an edge to what's happening. We don't know what's happened before this episode, of course. I'm having an interesting morning for them. But yeah, he says Australia, so shout out to anyone in Australia. I don't know if anyone is in the chat. I can't see everyone's names. There's a few in the chat, of course. But yeah, hello if you're there, having your dinner or pudding. No, it was supper probably, isn't it? And hello to anyone in America and anyone in Teddington. I don't know if we've got any fans in Teddington. But anyway, yeah, let's go. Let's move.
You're going to do anyway for the talent contest? You can play your xylophone. That's a great idea. Whereabouts is it, Sooty? You think it's up in the loft? Go and see if you can find it. Go on. Just see if you can find your xylophone. That's a great idea. So what is it, Sweet? What will you do? What, for the talent show? Well, I don't know, but it is a talent show, so all you're going to do is think about what talents you've got. What talents have you got, Sweet? What have you got? You haven't? Oh, well, don't be like that, Sweet. I mean, everybody's got some talents. Let's have a think. Think what you could do. You could... I know what you could do. You could... No, you couldn't. You're not big enough to do that. You could always... No, you couldn't. You're not clever enough.
Now, this is quite disappointing. After commenting on the parenting skills earlier, he's not doing much for Sweep's confidence here, is he? Sort of teasing him by saying, "Oh, you could do this." Ah, no, you're not good enough, and that harks back to some of my experiences at school. But yeah, regardless of that, looking at Matthew now, I mean, I don't remember him being a sex symbol, and I'm not saying anything, I'm not saying anything about my preferences here, but he's fresh. He's better than I remember. I don't remember him being like a heartthrob, but maybe he was. Maybe it's not something I noticed. Maybe I should have showed him to my mum, see what her reaction was. But anyway, let's see what Sweep can do at the talent show.
No. You can't do anything. You're a failure. Oh, don't be like that, Sweet. You're not a I know what you could do. Anybody can do this. You could tell a joke, couldn't you? Yeah? Okay? I'll tell you what, look. You tell the boys and girls watching at home a joke, and I'll pop off here, have a little sort of practice. Okay, tell it to them. Go on, a joke. Off you go. Tell them a joke. I'll go over here. What is it, Sweet? Have you told them a joke? There's a problem? What's the problem? You don't know any jokes? That is the problem. Well, look, I'll tell you a joke, and you can tell it to them, all right? It's not actually a joke so much as a riddle. This is a riddle, okay? This is a riddle. I hope you haven't heard it. Okay? It's good. Do you know that one? Yeah, I'll tell you the answer. This is the answer to the riddle. Good. Crack at it. What? You don't get it? You've just been laughing at it. Never mind whether you get it. Just tell it to the boys and girls. I'll go over here. You tell them the joke.
That's excellent build up there. In fact, that's why I didn't interrupt it, because it was good script writing. I don't know how they would write a script for Sweep. Well, I suppose they just put it in English, don't they? And then whatever happens, the person involved with Sweep would create it with that noise. Anyway, let's see what this joke is, this riddle.
Go on, the riddle. Go on, ask the riddle.
Now that's excellent. I mean, that goes beyond art for me. What he's done, he's told a riddle of which there must be a meaning. Yet to us, it is a riddle because we don't know what he's saying. So it's so many levels to that, and that's probably one of the things about the Sooty Show that made it run for all those years.
Sweep. How did it go? Did you ask them the riddle? How did it go down? They didn't get it. It must be the way you're asking it. I'll ask the same riddle, okay? This is the same riddle. Why is a chimney sweep like a teddy bear? The answer is because he gets very sooty.
Matthew, that was pathetic, if you don't mind me saying.
Well, I think it was funny when Sweep said it, if I'm honest. But here we go again. Sue being a bit naughty, bit cheeky. No need for that. I mean, admittedly, she was sent away because of her singing, but perhaps that was a bit harsh. Let's see what happens.
Well, actually, I do mind you saying, Sue.
Well, it's still pathetic.
Sue, that is sour grapes from you just because I didn't like your singing. Go on, go and use the bathroom, you two. Go on, off you go. Because Sooty will be back any second now with his xylophone. He's coming. Come on, bring it in here, Sooty.
I've got a message here. Yeah, it says too close to home, too near the bone from Sean. And yeah, I suppose the joke, I mean, was amusing to start with Sweet, but then the joke wasn't funny anymore when Matthew said it. And hello to Mr. Nesbitt as well. There's an introduction to him in the chat. So yeah, anyway, back to the show.
You did that just on time, I must say. Bring the xylophone in here. Goodness me, it's nice to see this again after all this time. What are you going to play? Just going to warm up first. All right, I'll pretend that I'm the MC, Master of Ceremonies, Matthew Corbett, and I'll introduce... Hang on, I can't do it if you're making that. I'll introduce... That's enough. I'll introduce... Sooty, don't do that.
See, that's one of the ingredients of Sooty as well as riddles and arty sort of humour. There's this slapstick where Sooty hits Matthew, and that was classic. That would have appealed more to the younger age range, or perhaps half of the people watching this. I think we all enjoy a bit of that, don't we? And what I don't enjoy is he said xylophone, and I don't think that's a xylophone, is it? Isn't a xylophone wooden? And good job Twitter wasn't around when this was released, because imagine the uproar this would cause. After the episode and during it, people would be like, "That's not a xylophone, Matthew," and it wouldn't just have Sue bitching at him. It'd have the whole, I don't know, whole of society. Let's see what Sooty does with this. I don't think it's a glockenspiel either. Maybe it is a xylophone.
What are you going to play? Sing a Rainbow. Actually, that's a very nice little number. Sing a Rainbow. Right, off we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Sooty will now play for you Sing a Rainbow. Off you go. Just a minute. Hang on. Just a minute. Sooty, that was not Sing a Rainbow. That was Good King Wenceslas. You have another try. Sooty will now play for you Sing a Rainbow.
Well, that's clear what happens when you're not a good parent, is it? You sort of push them, ruin their confidence, correct them, and then they throw things. I'm sure perhaps people can relate to this, but whether it's a bear or a child.
Why have you thrown the stick away? You've decided not to play the xylophone at all. Well, what are you going to do then? What are Sweep and Sue doing? Well, they've made a decision. Sue's going to sing and Sweep is going to tell a joke.
I've decided I'm not going to sing. You've decided you're not going to tell jokes?
There you go. Matthew's ruined it, hasn't he? Damaged their confidence. They don't want to perform. It's sad. Maybe I didn't realise this was I 10 or 9? Maybe I should keep getting younger every time I mention myself watching this as a boy. But yeah, it's quite a sad scene in the bath.
Well, that's decided that then. Actually, Sweep, I think you're very wise. Why? Well, because you were so bad at it. Besides, no one in their right mind can understand what you say. Matthew can. Yes, exactly my point. No, I think you have to admit it, Sweep. You're not going to get far in a talent show telling jokes. I mean, you're just awful at telling jokes. I could tell jokes better than you can. You can sing better than me? I doubt it, you manky mutt.
Oh, they're turning against each other. He's lost control, hasn't he? It's probably similar to Iron Maiden's dressing room at this point. Arguments, infighting, maybe a bit of confidence lost. Yeah, I'm not keen on this. It's getting a bit uncomfortable, isn't it?
Let's try it. Try what? Me tell a joke and you sing? All right. What goes ha ha bonk? You don't know? Someone laughing their head off. Knock knock. Isabel.
Right, okay, knock jokes. I think most people in the chat will know about knock jokes. Actually, should Sweep be watching Sue bathe? Is a good question. I don't know. Who knows what their age is? How appropriate this is. And we've got comments on Karen about boundaries and dark realities of parenting. Yes. But yeah, this joke anyway. Knock. Who's there? Isabel. I mean, surely we can guess what is coming. Isabel. So the next line is Isabel who? So I'm guessing Isabel not working. That's why I'm having to knock. There you go. That's my guess. Don't know. Obviously, it's going to be by the time we get to this and you answer, I'll probably have moved on because I think there's a bit of a delay between me talking and you seeing this. So apologies, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe yours is better than this, or mine.
Isabel ringing. I thought I heard one.
That's awful. So, I mean, the singing's better than a joke telling, I think. But, it's not for me to say, is it? I'm not on the panel at the Teddington Village Hall. We are sailing.
Bravo, maestro!
Amazing.
Oh, England, country of my heart's desire, land of the hedgerow and of the village spire, land of thatched cottage.
I thought we'd avoided poetry for this particular broadcast. Here we got Matthew's reading something here like Trevor would. Anyway, let's see what Sooty does. Hopefully interrupts him.
And murmuring bees and wait. What's the matter with you? Did I know I was talking to myself? I am not talking to myself. I'm reciting a poem. Why? Because I'm going to enter the talent contest and I'm going to read this poem. Listen, it's very good.
Now, hang on. His glasses broke, didn't they? So how's he reading this? He could... Maybe that's distance. Maybe you can see the book. But he couldn't read the Teddington Village Hall thing in the paper, could he? Without his glasses on. So this what's that called when things... people do this, don't they? They highlight bloopers in films. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember. But yeah, anyway, let's. I'm probably interrupting too much, even though this is probably what you're here for.
Oh, England, country of my heart's desire, land of the hedgerow and the village spire. It's totally boring. Well, it's better than your xylophone playing, isn't it? Hey, oh, hi, Sweep. How's the joke coming along? You changed your mind? Why? What are you going to do instead? Sing? You are? Your singing makes me sound good.
There's a sort of constant negativity here. And in fact, I'm worried that this isn't a Nicko McBrain episode. We're nearly halfway through. There would have been adverts. I don't think there would have been adverts, actually, at this point. Whether the children's programmes didn't have adverts halfway through. But yeah, Matthew moaning about the xylophone playing and now Sweep singing. But yeah, Karen said that Sue's being honest, perhaps rather than being a bit moany. So yeah, maybe I should take that on board.
You think of something else then? A very good idea. Listen, I am going to do this. Oh, England, country of my heart's desire, land of the hedgerow and the village spire. It's good, isn't it? Land of thatched... What's that drumming noise? Is that you making that drumming noise? Look at that, it's Sweep with the drum kit. Why, you, can you actually play those drums instead of just making stupid noises with them? But of course you can. You playing for us now? Go on then, give yourself 4 in on the bass drum. Go on, go on. That was absolutely amazing. Sooty.
Right, I'm quite pleased because that probably means it is the Nicko episode. So yeah, Sweep's just had a little turn on the drums. Probably a suggestion they didn't have much of a script for this episode, so we'll waste some time with them playing drums. And what's Sooty going to do now?
Where are you? Did you hear Sweep playing the drums? You didn't. Sweep, can you do exactly the same again? Sooty missed it. Of course.
Oh, yeah, script waste.
Give yourself 4 in. Go on, off you go. Go on. Fantastic. What do you think, Sooty? Complete rubbish. It was complete. What do you mean it wasn't complete rubbish? What, you better than he is? I think you probably are. He says he's better than you are. You get your drum kit and prove him wrong.
Imagine a scriptwriter for this. You've got Sweep saying something, Matthew repeating it, Sooty whispering, Matthew repeating that. Must be hard work. Yeah, maybe respect Matthew as a performer. But yeah, it looks like he's going to prove himself now. So we're going to get some more drum patterns from Sooty. So again, this is all probably what to skip through, but I don't want to waste any minutes. Let's watch it all.
You've got a challenge on your hand. Oh, Sooty's bringing his drum kit up. All right, put it up there. That's it. All right. Stand by for this, Sweep. And here are the drumsticks, Sooty. That's it. It's all right. I'm bringing them up. There's one. Here's the other one. There we are. Right. Well, give yourself 4 in on the bass drum. Go on, off you go.
That was pretty impressive, actually. I don't. There's one tom. It sounded like he had many toms, but I think I like that more than the Sweeps pattern. Interesting. I don't know if Alan Bell is in. He's a drumming expert. He said he might pop in. So yeah. And Karen says, who knew Sweep can drum? And thank you to Guy LeBlanc who has donated a pie. I didn't hear Trevor say, yeah, I like it. So maybe there's a delay on that. Maybe Trevor's just saying this constantly while I'm talking and ruining everything. Imagine if everyone donated at once, like Stereo Trevor. Right, anyway, let's get back to what Matthew's reaction to Sooty's drumming.
It was amazing. Sweep! What do you ring to Sooty Solo? It was dreadful. It was not dreadful. It was.
What
hello,
on
Sue.
earth
Hi.
is all this banging and crashing about?
Here we go. Lower the tone. No, not lower the tone. Lower the vibe, the mood. We're enjoying ourselves now. Finally, some positivity about performing. And now Susie going on about the racket after her singing earlier. Anyway, I shouldn't get personal. Don't want to take sides here.
Matthew.
Well, it's Sooty and Sweep. They've got their drum kits. They're going to enter them for the talent show.
Oh?
Anyway, that wasn't really banging and crashing. If you want to know the meaning of banging and crashing, then let me ring a friend of mine. Hang on a minute.
Right now, Sean said, "Here we go." Now, I think he wasn't referring to this moment because he posted this a while ago. I think he's talking about drumming. But Matthew's going to ring a friend of his. Now, who do you think that is? Who could it be? Yeah, well, it's going to be Nicko, isn't it? Now, what I wondered at the time was, how did he know? How did he know Nicko? Why would Matthew and Nicko be friends? You know, taking into account the storyline here, not just the fact he's a guest on an episode. Matthew's got his phone number. He's not going through Rod Smallwood or Steve. He's going direct to Nicko. Now, I also thought, what would happen if we slowed down the video? We could perhaps work out what his phone number is, by Matthew tapping away. Now, I'm going to go back a little bit. Although I don't have.
Dreadful. It was not dreadful. It was.
What
hello,
on
Sue.
earth
Hi.
is all this banging and crashing about?
Of mine. Hang on a minute. It's the drummer, and he will.
He's just tapping numbers, isn't he? Just tapping numbers. You can't tell what number that is. And he's probably changed his number since 1988 as well. But interesting, if you're not used to those phones, maybe you're a young person, you don't realise people had these phones. It wasn't all mobiles in those days. So Matthew's ringing him. He's got a drum. Well, he's ringing a drummer. We haven't said who he is yet. Here we go.
Show you exactly what the meaning of the word drummer really is.
Now Matthew's reaction there, I was going to stop it actually before we even got to this, just for my reaction, and it's probably the same as Matthew's and my reaction as a child. Seeing Nicko, in fact, let's just go back again. Sorry, this might not work. Oh, it's not very good, is it? Ah, there he is. Right, seeing his feathered hair, and actually I thought he was wearing a shell suit, so I'm a bit disappointed. It seems to be an oversized shirt. You can see his kit's a bit smaller than what we'd expect. Not so many, and no Sooty, of course, in that sort of middle bit where he would become a feature later. So that's Nicko. I'm going to just go back and then I'll come back to it.
They're going to enter them for the talent show.
Oh?
Anyway, that wasn't really banging and crashing. If you want to know the drummer, really. Hey, that was fantastic. Now that is what I call drumming. Let me introduce you. This is a friend of mine called Nicko McBrain.
Wow, look at that hair. And it's a friend of mine. It's not just a colleague or an associate. It's Nicko McBrain. Thank you very much for Nesbit, who's donated some a tinned pie. And I haven't heard Trevor. Maybe he's not in my ear now, which is quite nice. And I'm sorry for jumping about a bit there. Maybe I'll just play it now rather than go backwards and forwards because there's not really a good way of streaming through this. Right, so Nicko has been introduced. Let's see what happens.
And Nicko drums with a band called Iron Maiden. Hi, Nicko.
Hello, Matthew.
This, of course, is Sooty, and that's
Indeed.
Sue, and that's Sweep over there.
What, oh, Sweep?
Yeah,
Right, I said I wasn't going to go back, but he just introduced Sooty and Sweep there. Did he hear how Nicko said hello to Sooty and Sweep? Let's just go back.
what I call drumming. Let me introduce you. This is a friend of mine called Nicko McBrain, and Nicko drums with a band called Iron Maiden. Hi, Nicko.
Hello, Matthew.
This, of course, is Sooty, and that's
Indeed.
Sue, and that's Sweep over there.
What, oh, Sweep?
Yeah,
Right, what ho, Sweep, he said. I went, that's brilliant, isn't it? That's sort of a nugget that... It's like what ho said the ting. Why did he do that to Sweep? He said hello to Sooty quite politely, and then he said, what ho, Sweep? That's a really interesting... Well, to me, probably not the highlight of the video for most of you, but yeah, I enjoyed that. Did he say hello to Sue?
yes. Sooty wants to know, is there only just the one style of drumming, or can you do other things?
Yeah, you can do other things. Let me
Like
show you
what?
something, like a little bit of military stuff. Here we
Great.
go.
Fantastic! Sue, got any requests?
Yes, I wonder if Nicko can do anything funky.
Well, we'll have a go for you. How about that? Here we go.
funky, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, funky, I suppose. It was the prisoner, wasn't it? So yeah, well, I mean, we've got 7 minutes of this episode left. Um, yeah, you may be able to predict where the plot's going, but let's see what else happens with Nicko in the house.
Sooty? Yeah, I'll ask him. Nicko, I don't know if you know, but Sooty and Sweet, they've been playing the drums a bit, and they wondered if we could, like, play along with you. Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure.
Move across there, Sooty, to your kit and give yourself 4 in on the bass drum. Go on. Okay.
This is great, isn't it? Nicko playing along with Sooty on the drums. Although I'm a bit disappointed because Sooty's pattern, the drum pattern, was similar to what Sweep did earlier. He's copied him. He could have just carried on with his own little drumming pattern. Anyway, I mean, it's taking away from Nicko playing along with Sooty.
Sue, what do you reckon, huh?
Well, it's lovely and very rhythmical, but
Yeah.
it's not very tuneful, is it, Matthew?
Well, I suppose it's not very tuneful.
Yeah, a lot of, I don't know, I don't want to say fill because that's a sort of drumming joke, isn't it? But yeah, that went on a bit again, took another script. But it's just nice, isn't it, to see Nicko playing along with the gang. I think I've just scrolled the video down too much there. Let's just make sure it's back on track. Right, so let's see what they can do to help Sue with her tuneful comments.
Well, what can we do about that, though?
Well, I could play the piano.
Yes. Yeah, can you lend a hand, Sweep? You can help as well. Well, Sooty, you could lend a paw, and I could sing. What do you think? Shall we try it?
Yes.
Nicko, give us a couple of minutes.
You've got it.
Oh, you got it. How cool. Yeah, I wonder, as far as Nicko's career went at this point, where this was and his highlights.
Right, so is everybody ready? Okay, good luck, gang. Listen to this, Nicko. Sweep, are you ready? After 4, the bass notes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. That's okay. Sooty, remember the double notes coming up now. Now.
Okay, I'm sorry to ruin the piano bit, but I don't think this is going to be the best bit for us, is it? Now, you can see in the background there, Nicko's shirt and trousers blurred. And I wonder, is he actually in the room with them? I'm sure he is, but at the moment, there's no evidence. He could just be in a room playing drums and they've just edited it together. So maybe this is a stunt Nicko in the background. They've blurred out. So, yeah, let's see what happens with that. Is this a conspiracy that I should be talking about? Maybe this would be something that would go on Twitter, along with the xylophone fiasco.
Hold on. Sue, play now. And I'll sing. Here's a sight which is very rare. It's a teddy bear with 2 of his friends playing the piano.
Oh, brilliant. Nicko sat there tapping. Why isn't that a gif? Like him sat there, slightly bemused, but mustering a little bit of enthusiasm, tapping away in his oversized shirt. Oh, that should go viral. I should probably try and sort this out. I wonder if that's how he used to sit when he'd be played songs by Steve or Agent and say, "What do you think of this?" And he'd sort of tap along and think, "Yeah, it's all right." That's great. I mean, I will carry on, but I think this frame, this moment, is something to treasure.
You'll never see a teddy bear anywhere who's clever enough to play the piano. Right, Sue, with the solo coming up now. Go, now. Sooty solo now. Go. Keep going. Come on, sweet bass notes.
Interesting to take it in turns to do solos there. Sue, then Sooty, alphabetical order. A bit like Iron Maiden on occasions. But Sweep hasn't had a solo, so it's not like the new lineup, is it? Where there's 3 guitarists. So yeah, interesting again, that parallel with Iron Maiden.
That's it. Okay, Sue, I'll do the singing. It's very nice to hear you play, but I have to say, there's something wrong. There's something missing. I don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is. My mind's in a tiz. But I'll say it again. There's something missing. I'm sorry. Sorry again. But I really think there is something missing, don't you, Nicko?
Definitely, Matthew, yes.
Right, that's interesting. So now we can see that Nicko is in the room with them. But I think Matthew is probably playing down a bit here, isn't he? He's probably playing to the audience because he's probably saying, what would an 8-year-old be shouting out at this moment? Of course, I think we know what's missing, don't we? I think we can see what's going to happen. But what I'll do, I'll just go back a little bit because I get the impression it's going to be a bit of a chat with Nicko.
I'll say it again. There's something missing. I'm sorry. Sorry again. But I really think there is something missing, don't you, Nicko?
Definitely, Matthew, yes.
What could it be?
I think it's the drums.
The drums, of course. Hang on a minute, you're a drummer, and the drums are there. Would you mind playing along with all of us?
Love to.
Great, you're going to get on the kit.
Okay.
I'll tell. Isn't that great news? Nicko's going to play along with us. So sweep, start again after 4. 1, 2.
That's brilliant. What the way they've rounded this off, it's genius, isn't it? Once again, we've got some messages. Gilbert O'Sullivan vibes about the music, which is yeah, good point. No one's got involved with the xylophone debate. I thought that would be a real hot issue, but yeah, I suppose you're enjoying the show too much. Sooty, that is, not necessarily this broadcast. Right, okay, let's go back to the song. Let's see if they've added drums now.
3, 4, go. Well done. Okay, try it again with a stronger beat. Tap your feet. Here's the man who's got the rhythm. So count to 4, take it away, and start to play. And Sooty and Sweep, you stop and you listen. Okay, Nicko? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hang on, I'm sorry to ruin it again. There's lights there. There's lights flashing. Where they come from? Did he bring Dave Lights with him to help out? I mean, obviously he's set up his drum kit. Maybe he had a roadie there. But yeah, Dave Lights, well, it must have been present. Anyway, Nicko's carrying on. Let's hear it with the drums.
That's exactly what was wrong all along. They didn't have a drummer with them.
I think that's the shot where he's questioning his choices here. Maybe he's going to sack his agent. Although I think he is enjoying it. He's grinning a bit, isn't he? There's a comment here about his shirt looking like the one on Eddie's. Actually, I can't see what that says. There's a thing on Eddie's. The victim on the killer's artwork. Yeah, maybe he's a throwback to that. Right, let's see how the song goes. Anyway, hopefully it'll be finishing soon. There'll be some sort of dialogue again.
Well, that won't happen anymore, and that's for sure. 'Cause there's the man with the opening Nicko. 1, 2, 3, 4, play!
He's not quite keeping time there. He's speeding up a bit, isn't he? And this is, of course, the era where Adrian Smith was commenting on his live performance, where he'd speed the drums up and be hard to keep up with. So I don't know if Sooty or Sweep, I mean, maybe we wouldn't understand them if they were to complain about this, but yeah, I don't know how they felt about this. Maybe there's some discussion afterwards. Goes on a bit, doesn't it? Hey!
Well done! Congratulations, everybody, and you, Nicko. That was
Thank you,
fantastic. Are you going to stay? We could play something else. Strangers in the night, something like that. Yeah?
I wish I could, Matthew, but I'm out of time. I have to go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you going somewhere important?
Well, yeah, I'm off down to the local church hall. They have
Yeah.
a talent competition there tonight. £5 for the first prize.
Well, nice they shook hands at the end, like good friends do. But yeah, so interesting. He's going to the Teddington Village Hall for the talent show, and he actually was very interested in the £5 prize, wasn't he? Maybe that sort of comments on what he was being paid at the time by Iron Maiden. Maybe they weren't paying him enough. £5 a treat for him. Interesting. Let's see what Matthew. I mean, clearly he's probably disappointed by his face there. He's about to sort of say that they were going to go, and now he's seen the competition. No wonder he's looking a bit perturbed.
Talent contest?
You bet.
Well, with Iron Maiden as a group, you're bound to win, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but it's not as easy as that. You see, I'm on my own. The rest of the guys are sick. You know?
They're not well.
No.
Don't move. I think I can help you. Don't move.
The guys are sick. I don't remember any reports about them being ill at this time. Like you said, I mean, maybe there's a virus going around, like written off most of the band. 4/5, 80% that is. But yeah, they're all sick, unless they're sick to realise that he's going to be appearing on the Sooty Show. I bet that was something that maybe Steve was thinking about later. But yeah, anyway, Matthew's got an idea. Let's see what it is.
Sweet. Sooty, come down here. We've got a chance to help Nicko because he helped us, so we can be his backing group. Do you agree? Tonight's the talent contest. Okay. Nicko,
Matthew?
how would you like us lot to be your backing group?
I thought you'd never ask.
Well, we have. But is it on?
You got it.
Okay, never mind Iron Maiden. Come on, grab all the... In fact, we can do better than them any day. Come on, let's grab all these... Let's take...
Never mind Iron Maiden. Yeah, that's cocky, isn't it? Thinks he's better than Iron Maiden, and maybe Nicko would leave the band, but that didn't happen, fortunately. I wonder if any of that music was on that LP that Sean mentioned earlier on, about the Sooty LP. I'm not sure that song would have been very good on a compilation. Anyway, they seem to be going to bed. Sue's got a nightcap on. Maybe this is after the talent show. Now, I mentioned Teddington before. That's in London. Well, I thought it was, but there is a Teddington Village Hall in Tewkesbury in Gloucestershire, as there isn't one in Teddington. So I assume this is perhaps what they're on about. And I've looked into it, and actually it looks like the capacity is only 60. So Nicko was pleased with the £5 prize, but only 60 people in the audience, and that's insurance restrictions. That might be disappointing. But hey, let's see what the outcome was.
So here we are. There's £1 for you, Sweep, £1 for you, Sue, just there, and £1 for you, Sooty. Make sure you look after them.
I still can't get over the fact we won the...
So obviously they've won, and they've split the winnings. So Nicko didn't get his £5, he just got a share of it. And there he is on the bottom in the credits, guest artiste Nicko McBrain. So what an honour, artiste. I wonder if they had other guest artists in that series. So that's nice. So they shared the winnings. So yeah, happy ending.
competition.
Well, with a drummer like Nicko McBrain, of course, you're off to a good start, aren't you?
Yes, we did help him, didn't we?
You're quite right, we did help. I'll tell you what you've all got, all three of you. You've got hidden talent. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Yes, you can, but don't be long. Go on.
Very nice, and the Thames Television backdrop as well, which is always a treat. So that's good. That's the episode then. I don't know if the donation message kept going. Oh, someone's off actually. Sean's got to go. Although I don't think you've missed much. We've come to the end anyway. If you're still here, so that's the end of the show. We found that Nicko helped Sooty to win £5 or share of it, as well as them helping Nicko. We've all got hidden talents, so a lovely sort of message to round things off with. So thanks once again for your support. Thanks for joining me. I'm surprised there's people here, whatever time it is in your country or your town, Teddington, Australia, New York, wherever. So yeah, I'm probably not going to carry on ranting on for too long. Thank you very much, especially if you've donated, but no pressure to. And I know some people have already donated in the month of May, so that's really kind of you. That'll support charity, and that's what it's all about. So especially as I'm not actually doing very much in May, so this is a nice bonus, isn't it? So yeah, good to try out live streaming. The internet seems to have worked. People seem to have enjoyed it and watched it and heard me. I'll probably find out later when I upload it. I think it just might upload automatically when it finishes. I don't even know that. But yeah, thanks again for all your support over the years with the podcast. Maybe I'll do another video release at some point, fundraiser or not. But yeah, thanks very much. I'll say goodbye. So yeah, I think I will. What would I do? I'd click end stream, I suppose. So yeah, thanks again. Bye bye.